Greetings, traders. It is I, Abdul Shabazz, and this is some real change stock options trading journey. And today, Monday, March the 8th, I am on location in Kentucky. Yes, happy to be here as the road show continues today with me broadcasting live from Kentucky. Now, as you can see, the SPY has jumped up this morning from Friday's close. We had a close of 509, and right now, pre-market, we're trading at a high of 513. Now, if you look at the 30-minute chart, we had a doji, and then we had a shooting star, which was indicating bearish sentiment, but all of a sudden, pre-market, the bulls have turned on the squeeze button and are squeezing the bears right now to the tune of 513. Very interested to see what happens when the bell rings, as well as we have the FOMC report coming out Wednesday. So it's definitely going to be an exciting week. We want to do as we always do, take our time. We want to do as we always do, take our time and allow the market to develop and show us where the trades are. Good morning, team. Good morning, Dan. As the usual suspects are starting to show up in the chat. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, as we begin today. Very grateful for you guys. Hope you had a real great weekend. Myself, I was privy. Good morning, Jordan, and thank you for joining us. This weekend, I was privy to an exhibition that took place in Atlanta, Georgia, where the robots are coming, literally. And it seems that this morning, the bulls are coming on very strong and appearing to put a nice squeeze on the bears. We had a low of 508 Friday, right before the afternoon shifted close of day. It was at the 509, but post-market and pre-market, the bulls are squeezing the bears. So we're very interested to see what happens this morning. We're going to take our time and allow the charts to develop. Less than 2 minutes before we get started analyzing the charts. Thank you guys for joining us. I am expecting some resistance at the 514.5, which is why I drew this line here. It's not pre-market high because pre-market keeps going higher. But in 10 seconds, let's go ahead and get this party started. Very interested to see what happens here. And here we go, guys. Here we go. You can see on the 30-minute chart that we have a failed doji and shooting star, and a failed shooting star is a bullish signal. Very interested to see how the market reacts. As you know, we do not trade the first 5 minutes as they are very volatile. And we do not trade the first 15 minutes as they have the opportunity to trick you. Rather, we allow the market to develop, and the longer we wait and the more patient we are, the easier it is to allow the market and the algos to reveal to us where the trades are. Very strong right out the gate. Very strong right out the gate. In the bottom right corner, I have a 513 call pulled up, and in the top corner, I have a 515 put pulled up. This is the area of anticipated resistance. Not saying that it's going to reverse here, but just saying that this will be an area where there will be a little bit of back and forth, a little resistance. That 514.6 area that I've identified on the chart with this line right now is doing just that, acting as some minor resistance. I'm very anxious to see how the bears respond to this squeeze. There are a lot of bears still trapped from Friday. And initially, what we had this morning and market open was bear covering. Now the question is, where's the liquidity going to come from in order for the bulls to take it higher? There has to be liquidity created and then grabbed in order to go higher. So we had the initial bear covering. All those bears who saw they were underwater this morning when they woke up, they quickly hit the buy button. Bear covering is buying, and that takes the market higher. And that's what we're experiencing right now. But the question is, will some new bulls come in with some new money in this area? That is what we're waiting to see. Will we have some bulls come in with some new money in the 514 area? It is quite a gap. I agree with you, Dan. It is definitely quite a gap. And there are a lot of bears who are still underwater. And even though I anticipated this move up to the 514.6, I have the discipline and a rule of mine that I try to implement 98% of the time. And that is to wait and allow the market to develop. Because yes, you can make some very quick money at the market open if you understand sentiment and if you understand what the algos are doing. But it's very dangerous, and I myself don't want to display that type of behavior for other people to pick up on. It's better to wait. The market always presents opportunity to make money. Establishing the discipline is what will allow us to be consistent in getting the money. Breaking the rules might work once, twice, 3 times, but the time it doesn't, it will wreak havoc on your account and your emotional state, and to do so very early in the morning is ill-advised. Again, that's the resistance that I was anticipating here at the 514.6 area. Being patient, just waiting for the algos to show up. I want to check my big algo list. Yeah, we got. Why is it not showing up? Let me see. Let me check that for a second. There we go. There we go. This is the orange controlled buying, very strong buying algorithm that we're in right now. It seems as the show was post in pre-market. Now here at market open, we're displaying some consolidation so far. Does anybody have any trading plans or trading thoughts that they would like to share? As you know, for myself and for those of you who are just joining us, the way we trade here on Some Real Change is we come to the market with no bias. We're not bulls, we're not bears, we're hunters and gatherers. We're snipers. What we do is gather intel. We see who is in control. Once we identify who is in control, we then identify where on the charts would they be wrong. Where on the charts would they decide to either take profits, cover, or hit their stop loss. And wherever that may be is where you can find us, joining them in their pain. As greed turns into fear, a lot of profits turns into lesser profits. And wherever bulls want to cover, when bulls cover, they buy, causing the market to drop. We become bears. When bears cover, they buy, causing the market to pop. We join them, but we become bulls in that. And in doing so, it does provide a very safe trip to the bank. When you take advantage of someone else's fear, fear covering presents a very solid candle, whether it's a grizzly bear red or a giant elephant green. Right now, let's just enjoy the consolidation and the fact we have identified an area of resistance at the 514.6, and let's see what the market has in mind at this area. Let us not forget we have FOMC coming Wednesday. That is going to be a wild day. Now, typically, I've tried to stay away from FOMC day because one day I tried to trade it and I got smoked. might have learned my lesson, and it's always best to wait for the first response to happen and then counter that response. I wish I was a little bit more advanced and knew how to straddle, take a position going in both directions and cut the loser. Maybe I might try that. Very small size. I have no idea what the report is going to be or leaning towards. Has anyone heard anything or got any indication as far as what the FOMC report might be leaning towards? And the first 15 minutes have gone by. As you know, the first 15 minutes can trick you. However, if we are able to change the color on the day from red to green, that would absolutely indicate more of a bearish sentiment, and I would be interested in joining the bears in that, as there has been a lot of liquidity provided by the bulls this morning in that pre-market run up from the 511 to the 514. So that is a long way to potentially come down. Right now, that area for me, I would say, would be trading underneath the 513.8, but with a close and then a continuation candle. Our confirmation would be a close underneath the 513.8, but we don't enter on confirmations, we enter on continuations. With a little less than 2 minutes on this candle, we are under VWAP. But more importantly to me is I want to see that daily candle go from green to red. Let us be patient as we have identified a potential setup here. But I can hear my teammates in my ear right now. Let the candle close. So very important to let the candle close. And here we have the next 5-minute candle. And that's exactly why we wait for not just confirmation, but continuation. And getting to the very next set of my rules, and that is to wait until 10 o'clock. And by 10 o'clock, we should be able to figure the algos out. And once we figure the algos out, game on. We do have a 10 o'clock report coming out, so keep that in mind, guys, as far as volume spikes are concerned. So I absolutely will be waiting until 10 o'clock so that I will have an opportunity to see what that 10 o'clock 30-minute candle looks like. As of right now, you can see the 30-minute candle is a doji. This is that consolidation that I was speaking on. Heavy bear presence indicated by this upper wick. Heavy bull presence indicated by this lower tail. Then said, let the candle close. And believe it or not, the more we wait, the more advantage is on our side. Oh, shit. Now we are itching towards that 5.13.9 area that I pointed out I would like to potentially see. Let's go underneath that with less than 4 minutes left on this 30-minute candle. Looking for that red to green move. I got in a little early. I wish I had my hand slapping button right now. I will pop my own hands. Pow! I should pop my own hands. I want to sneak a little bit I need to look at just a little bit of level 2 to help me decide if I want to stay in it or not. I got in a little early, but I still like it. That's the thing. I got in a little early, but I still like it because this is the move I was looking for. And now, of course, it's working out in my favor. Let me show you guys where I got in at. I got in right here. I took a short there, so I want to identify that as red in color. A little less than 2 minutes. But again, the indicator that I was looking at was the candle close at the 513.9 and then trading below it, okay, causing the daily candle to go from green to red on the day. Additionally, we have a 10 o'clock report coming out as well. So I will keep my finger very close to the button. But if the report is in my favor, then my profits will double up very quickly. A little less than 30 seconds left on this candle. And there's that 10 o'clock candle. Need to look at level 2. Help me stay a little bit calm in this position. Let's see what's going on here on level 2. There's a battle with that 88. There's a battle going on here right now. I can see us get down to the 8s. There we go. Good. I'd like to see us crack 83. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. All right, good save. Good save on my part. So we're going to simply regroup, give the market a little bit more time. As we do have an inverted potential head and shoulders on the horizon. We do have a liquidity grab right here. We have a head being formed right here. And a right shoulder would approximately be in this area and break out and above VWAP. There is that head being formed. Now let's see what happens here to see if we get the right shoulder. Okay. Hopefully no one has any trades yet except me. I do like this because I recognize the head and shoulders. I do like it. And there's been liquidity by the bulls, by the bears. There's been liquidity that's been provided by the bears. Definitely going to be patient with this one. Indicating where I got in at. Yep, absolutely feel good about this one. Again, the reason why I feel good about this one, I already identified the inverted head and shoulders. So in order for this to truly be a right shoulder, we're going to have to get on the next 5-minute candle a pull back down to this area to form that right shoulder. Then what we're looking for is for the stock price to stay above VWAP, for the stock price to use VWAP as support, and then to continue up. In doing so, it would start covering, being triggered by these early bears. Is anyone in this cab with me going to the bank? Is anyone else in this trade with me? This is that anticipated pullback that's going to form the right shoulder. Is anyone in this call with me? Right back to that area at 514.7 that we identified this morning. Wondering what will happen in this area. Nice break through it. Looking to potentially cause these bears here to get squeezed. Want to identify where that will put me at, or profit target. me do it again here. Kind of sloppy. 41. Go get a 41. About right here. Okay, about right here. Okay, so I'm going to take profits right there. The 5, 15, 12 is where I'm going to take profits. 5, 15, 12. Again, trying to get these bears to continue to be squeezed as they are. Getting very close to my profit target. Okay, and I went ahead and got out and took those profits. Show you where I was, got out here. Grateful for that opportunity. Saw that as a great place to go ahead and get out, and I did so. And in doing so, I made back my little paper cut, and I am in the green again this morning. Only 2% gain on the account, but I'm grateful for that nonetheless. Being able to identify this trade, take the trade, and take the profit, as we still acknowledge this 514.7 area as an area of resistance. Hey, how you doing? The signal to me, Dan, was me seeing the inverted head and shoulders being created. So when that happens, you can wait for the completion of the head and shoulders, and once that's done, the stock will either continue in the direction that it was going in, or it can reverse. With that being the case, anticipated that right shoulder was also going to be created right above this area of resistance. So I just decided to get in right after the head, as we had a little bit more of continuation coming right through VWAP here. And I decided to get in the head, and to me, my risk was going to be how far the pullback was going to be on the right shoulder. As I told you, I already anticipated a pullback, and when we didn't get a deep pullback, but instead temporarily broke through the 514.7. I should have took profits a little higher, but I didn't. But it was just simply me recognizing the inverted head and shoulders that was being created. And instead of buying at the shoulder, I bought on the continuation of the head being created itself. But nonetheless, we're right back here at the 514.7, where resistance is very heavy by the bears. I had anticipated taking profits at 515.12. The stock only got to 515.02. It happens. Nothing is exact. It's always an area, but it was just a nice quick scalp. And in doing so, I got my paper cut back and a little more. That puts me in the green for this Monday. Now also, that turned into a shooting star. But the only reason I haven't mentioned anything about it yet is because we still have trading above the shooting star and we still have pressure on these early bears for them to cover. Seems that they did, but just not all the way. In fact, they still have enough strength to put up a fight here in this area as well. No, it doesn't. It doesn't matter if the shooting star is green or red, Dan asks. It doesn't matter if the shooting star is green or red. It doesn't matter. But a red shooting star has more of a bearish sentiment, as a heavier bearish sentiment. Also, Dan, if I would have put up the small baby algo, you would have seen it breaking out on the other side of it. Let me put that up here. I should have done it too. I apologize for not doing it. There's the breakout of the baby algo, that controlled selling, and then there you have the breakout of it. You have the candle close above the range, and then you have the continuation, and that's where I got in at on that continuation. I apologize for not popping up that baby algo, but that's where that came from. I hope you can see it now. controlled selling, stop, pop, keep going. And a failed shooting star is always a bullish sign. We've been here before at this price to 515.02. We've been here before. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, that's my bad, Dan. I should have had that small algo up a little earlier. I'll do a better job. And that's where I anticipated, 515.5. And again, that was still an opportunity. There still will be another opportunity to trade, because in order to go higher, the market is going to have to build some more liquidity. Yeah, I wish I'd have held on. Yowza. But I still identified this 514.7 as resistance. It acted as resistance. It got here, put in a shooting star. So I will not be too hard on myself. We've reached the daily resistance of 515.5, And as I've said before, half and whole dollar marks tend to have like a magnet to them. Half and whole dollar amounts. Tend to act as a magnet. Now we see the 5-15-5 acting as true daily resistance. Yep, right now she's acting at that 5-15-5 is acting as resistance, and it seems like we're putting in a shooting star right here at the top. And this one is turning, appearing to be depending upon where it closes, it's appearing to be a red shooting star, and it is a red shooting star. The question is, will we have continuation? And of course, a shooting star is bullish sentiment. There is your continuation. For those of you who've been waiting to potentially take a trade, there is your continuation. But keep in mind, if you short above VWAP, you have to cover above VWAP as well. Well, look who it is. Dr. J. Again, guys, there is that confirmation for those of you. We have the 515.5 as a solid resistance. We have the red shooting star. We have trading beneath the shooting star. However, keep in mind we are still above VWAP. And this is going to be some controlled selling. As I stated, in order for the market to go higher, there's going to have to be another liquidity grab. So if you choose to get in a short here, keep in mind that we are above VWAP, and above VWAP we have more of a tendency to have a bullish sentiment, but nonetheless a shooting star is a bearish reversal signal. It should not be ignored. Even if you want to use the very top of this candle as your stop out, that will be understood. But if you want to wait for a little more stronger confirmation, 514.8 would be that. And there you have it. Again, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a teammate calling out what I see on charts. Again, keep in mind, this is feeling like a bull trap. There is that bull trap. But this will also help us identify where the safe area will be. So team, the safe area for put is going to be in the 514.1 area. This is going to be a safe area for a put. Until then, the bulls have been squeezing. It is a bullish day, very heavy bullish sentiment. So all small pullback, small retracement, small profit taking is being bought up by the bulls. This didn't even retrace back to VWAP. So they're showing you momentarily how strong the bulls are. A 30-minute candle is attempting to go from red to green as well. More consolidation in this area. If you haven't taken a trade today, give yourself a pat on the back. If you have taken a trade today and you're in the positive, give yourself a pat on the back and consider yourself blessed by the hair of your chinny chin chin. Very clear line of resistance at the 515.5. We are consolidating right now. Again, it is Monday and we do have FOMC coming out today. Coming out Wednesday. So if you don't trade at all today, all unfinished business can be resolved tomorrow and Wednesday. Still very early, very excited to see what the 12:45 hour may bring, as I may find myself jumping back on at 12:45 as we approach the 11 o'clock hour. How are you today? Well, Dan, you're doing a mighty fine job if you haven't taken any trades yet, buddy. And for those of you who are is anybody in a trade right now? Is anybody still in that put? Hey, good morning to you. Is anybody still in that put? If you took this trade off the shooting star, it has not really been invalidated yet, because what would invalidate it is the price trading above it. Even though we have gone sideways, the price has not gone back up and traded above the shooting star. So even though we didn't have an immediate drop, the shooting star itself is still valid, and the profit target of VWAP is still valid as well. But still keep in mind that I still believe this is a bullish trap, that the bulls need liquidity to take it higher, and that liquidity will be provided by the bears. I think we have to acknowledge that this is a very bullish day. However, the question still remains, where will the new money bulls come in at? Where will the new money bulls come in? And if the new money bulls do not come in, then we will start seeing some profit taking by the bulls, especially if we get below VWAP. I absolutely like the breaking of this buying algo, as this is a buying algo that is made up of higher highs and higher lows. My battery is running low. Okay. Well, thank you for telling me. Give me plenty enough time to reboost and charge my battery for potential plays this afternoon. Again, go ahead and set your alarms now. So with the breaking of this buying algo, there should be more downward pressure, along with bulls covering, taking profits, could potentially bring the price down a little lower. But there's no point, no structure, no trade, no setup, no trade, no understanding, no trade, no continuation, no trade. Again, that's that trap that I see. Definitely want to thank everybody for coming out. Thank you for joining us, and if you wouldn't mind hitting the like button. I promise you it's not my fault. This morning has not been more exciting. But it's Monday, FOMC Wednesday, and a lot of people literally might be waiting to see the reaction to the new interest rates, if we're going to have any, and more importantly, how the market is going to respond. Thank you guys so much for being here. Again, set your alarms. I want to identify before I go, once again, that the ideal trade area for a put, I'm going to go ahead and highlight it, would be the 513.8 area. This would be the ideal area, 513.8 for a put. And the reason I'm saying that, and I moved it to the 513.8, is because this could be a false breakout and a liquidity grab. This could be a trap by the bulls to get outside of this algo, have early and more bears or anticipatory bears thinking that this is it, and get tricked, grabbed as liquidity to get pushed back up higher into the buying algo. So, but if you wait for the 513.8, that will actually flip the color from green to red on a day and have more of a bearish sentiment. As far as where to buy, I like above the 515.5 because it is above this area where the bears will potentially start covering and be used as liquidity for bulls to take it higher to try to retest Friday's high of 518. I want to thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for coming out. I will look back at the charts at 12:45, and if I see something, I won't hesitate to get back on. Other than that, I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. It is our duty, obligation, and responsibility to show up and be ready. And if a trade does present itself, to take it. And if a trade does not present itself, to be patient. Either we win or we remain on the sidelines. Thankfully, no one, including myself, has taken a loss today. Thanks for coming out. God bless you. Be well. This is Abdul Shabazz for some real change stock options trading journey. Bye for now.